Hello everyone. Welcome to the Module 4, Synchronous Examples and Application of Teacher Training Course Inactive Learning Mathematics at Home. In this video, we will see how to prepare inactive learning through online activities. For that purpose, we will observe one example. Synchronous learning is a general term used to describe forms of education, teaching and learning that take place at the same time but not in the same place. This means that students learn remotely while virtually participating in a lesson simultaneously with their teacher and classmates. The preparation phase for synchronous online activities is crucial for the quality of online teaching. For this reason, we have created a template for the preparation of online activities as a part of the NLMA teacher training program. We will demonstrate how to use this template to prepare an activity. At the same time, we will give an example of synchronous inactive learning at home. The name of this online activity for synchronous work with students is Functions with Legos. As written in the abstract, in this activity, concrete examples give students the opportunity to identify and model situations in which the correspondence of elements of two sets is a function. The ability to recognize the basic characteristic of functions is developed, as well as the ability to explain the basic properties of a function. In this form, you can also add an abstract in another language. In this example, abstract is given in Croatian. The purpose of this activity could be introduction, practice, or repetition. This depends on how the teacher organizes the instructional process. After participating in this activity, students will recognize where a correspondence between two sets is a function, injection, surjection, bijection. They will model and explain the basic properties of a function, injection, surjection, bijection. No prior knowledge of functions is required for this activity. However, students should be familiar with the concept of sets and basic related concepts. Students should be informed of what materials they should prepare to participate in a synchronous activity before the activity takes place. Teachers must be careful to use readily available materials, especially in situations where students cannot leave their homes to find the materials they need. Preferred material for this activity are Lego blocks. If Lego blocks are not available, different color cards or other objects can be used. It is important that students have two different types of objects that are easily distinguishable. During the online activity, the teacher can use the whiteboard tool for explanations and examples, and students can do the same when discussing their solutions with the class. Students must use digital tools and the camera. Of course, teacher can also use a camera to make examples easier to understand for students. This activity is planned as a 45-minute synchronous online work with students. This can be adapted depending on the specific learning situation. No additional time is needed to prepare special materials for this activity. When preparing, the activity should be divided into several parts regarding to the tasks. This activity is divided into 4 parts. First part of this activity is introduction. In the first part of the activity, the teacher and students describe what materials they have prepared. As an example to the students, the teacher explains what material he has prepared. Then he asks the students to do the same. Teacher and students can use a whiteboard tool or camera to demonstrate their materials. For our activity, I have prepared two sets of Lego blocks. One set that consists of 8 yellow Lego blocks and the other set that has 7 red Lego blocks as elements. In the second part of the activity, we introduce a concept of function. We use Lego blocks to demonstrate this. So in this example, we try to model a function from the elements of two sets. Yellow blocks are elements of set X, which is a domain of our function. Red blocks are elements of the second set, which is codomain of our function. But is this really function? Here we can notice that each yellow block is associated with exactly one red Lego block. So this is a function. Is this at the same time a function from the set Y, which is the set of red Lego blocks, to set X, which is a set of yellow Lego blocks? So if we consider this situation, we can easily see that this is not a function. Why? Because this element is not associated to any element of another set. Also here, we have element which is associated with two elements of another set. So this is not a function from the set of red Lego blocks to the set of yellow Lego blocks. On the other hand, as we already have said, this is a function from the set of yellow Lego blocks to the set of red Lego blocks. In the third part of our activity, we introduce concepts of injection, surjection, bijection. Similarly, like in the previous example, we use Lego blocks to model and demonstrate those situations. The last part of our activity is repetition. This part includes construction with more complex examples. It is important that students explain the constructed examples and correctly justify why their examples are or are not a function, injection, surjection, bijection. Once again, to work with our students, we can use a whiteboard tool or we can use camera. Exercises for students should be written in a separate document. For this activity, there are no separate exercises for the students as the teacher is present the entire time and each student constructs his own examples. Also, solution plans should be written in a separate document. From the same reason as before, for this activity, there is no solution plan as a separate document. After conducting our activity, we should write down remarks. Those will help us to improve our teaching. In this video, we explained how to prepare synchronous online activities for students at home. We demonstrate this with an example. The template for preparing an activity and the example presented are available as part of the NLMA teacher training course.